Well, I think, first of all, you put all those things in perspective. And there's a reason why your rearview mirror is about 4% of what your windshield is. You look back, you glance, you don't gaze. You have to focus on what's in front of you. You learn from the past, you grow from those experiences, you apply them as you take steps forward, and then you got to focus on moving forward. As I mentioned earlier, I think the experiences, how we had to grow through last year, how we were able to turn the corner in February and play much better, it was a good sign, and it was a good springboard into the off-season, and they've taken advantage of the opportunities that have been put in front of them so far to put themselves in a position to have a good year. So where that leads, obviously there's a lot of variables and a lot of the season presents always different challenges. They come in many shapes and forms, but how they've prepared through the off season and put themselves in position this far to today is a good sign. Again, but we're only in October, so we've got a long ways to go and a lot of things to get better at. But so I like the approach they've taken and how they've handled, and they've learned from the past, and they're better because of it.
I mean, I really just saw that if we had more season to play, that people picking who plays in the postseason tournament, that maybe they think differently. We just had such a tough opening and then that middle stretch, and then the way we finished, if we could just play a longer season, which a longer season, here we are. Here's a whole nother season. So it, like I was telling Jeff, it's just about our defense, how it got better and kept improving, and that's going to be the main key for this team this year.
We were extremely hurt. We put a lot of time in for that moment. It was almost like we ran out of games to play. With saying that just because we just got rolling, and then there's just no more games for us to play. Which again, I think it puts a kind of a seed in our heart, a little sour taste in our mouth, and gives us that extra motivation and fuel to get ready to go this summer for this upcoming season, and it got us ready for this spring and this summer, and now we're ready to get after it.
Definitely, you could see it on the guys' face after the season and moving into April. Even when they went back home and came back for the summer workouts, you can just see that there's a different approach, there's a different mentality that these guys are bringing, and I think that last year really fueled these guys, and I think that it's going to really help. We're going to definitely see it this year. From an outsider's perspective, it's more of getting back to the tournament. I think that this team, if we handle our games one by one, I think that we'll definitely get to the tournament, win a Big Ten championship, win it outright. I think that this team has that caliber, athleticism and guard play and wings and bigs, and I think that anything, the sky's the limit for this team.